The purpose of this video is to show you how to participate in a peer review that is located in Canvas. This is not a video about peer review with Turnitin. You can find that video by going to this location. If you have submitted an assignment in Canvas and you have been informed that there's a peer review associated with that assignment, then return to that assignment. There you'll see the information of what you have turned in, and you'll see that you've been assigned a peer review from another student. Now there's a little warning sign there that's just letting you know that you have not completed this part of the assignment yet. I'll click on the link to the peer review activity, and across the top of the page is some information about the peer review, and it lets me know that to count this peer review as completed, I need to have submitted at least one comment. There also may be times when you take peer reviews where there is a rubric of questions for you to address, but in this case there isn't. Along the left-hand side of the screen is a link to the paper and a View Feedback button. Along the right-hand side of the screen is the location where you will put in your comments, and if there was a rubric associated with this assignment, you could mark the rubric in this location. Finally, there is the Save button. Now notice you are allowed to leave a media comment, and if you were to do that, you just need a microphone to do it. You can also attach a file. Your first step would be to look at the paper. So you would click on View Feedback button. Here is the paper in a wonderful format called Crocodoc, where you can edit the document or make comments right on the document. So I can scroll down and go to the different pages. Notice this has only one page of information in it. But if I wanted to zoom in, I can click the zoom in button. I can zoom out. I can download the paper, but I can also add a comment. And if I click on the comment, there are a selection of tools that I could utilize. The first one has a drop-down menu beside it. If I click that drop-down menu, I can put in a point comment, an area comment, or a context comment. Let's see what those are. I'll start with the point comment. So I'll click that, and that's what's selected here. Notice my cursor turns into a red arrow. If I come and click on the word technically, it puts the mark right there, and I can make my comment. So there's the student's comment, and it's pointed right at the technically area. If I wanted to make that comment a little bit more clear, I could come here and highlight that word as well, and I could highlight it in any of these selections of colors. I'll go ahead and choose the yellow, and I'll just highlight. So there it lets the person know that the term I am referring to is highlighted in yellow. Let's try the next comment. I'll click the drop-down arrow and choose an area comment. If I do that, my cursor turns into a crosshairs, and I can select an area, and that will put in a little red box around it, and then I can add my comment. So that lets the other person see that this area of the paper is what you're commenting on. Finally, the third option is a text comment, and if I click that link, my cursor turns into a little speaking bubble. I can choose a color to change, any of these colors, and I can highlight an area, and it will pop over, and I can put in my comment. So you see how that works. There is also a drawing pen here that you can click on and put in a mark here if you wanted, and you can, give a star, anything you can draw on there that you like. You can type in text right on the paper, clicking any color you like. You just click anywhere and type. And then you can also strike out things. So if a strikeout, you can come and highlight an area and it will strike it out. And then you can add a comment. So that's how you can add comments on the paper. Wonderful tool. Then over on the right, you can put in a comment, and your instructor and the person whose paper you have reviewed will be notified of your comment. So there's your comment. If you wanted to add a media comment, you click the link and it loads in your microphone, you would click allow. Now, since I'm making a recording while I do this, I cannot do both at the same time, but I can record a message to the person as well. So I'll go ahead and close that, and then I'm ready to submit. And I'll just scroll down the page so you can see there's nothing else there, and I'll click the Save button. When you have finished, go back to my modules area, and I'm going to return to that same assignment, and I can see that my assigned peer reviews have been completed. So in this video, you saw how to participate in a peer review process through Canvas.